Got no time to fix it. All right. So let me get us set up so we can kind of see comments. And there's that. Chuck and Tim. Look, he's still yelling about people. Oh, that's so funny. All right, hold on. Where's my OBS?
Wait, can we put this on Facebook too?
No, only once we're done, they move it over to YouTube, and then they put YouTube. But you and I definitely need to do some Facebook Live stuff.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. All right, Chuck, are we live? Is everything looking good?
We have to look professional.
Yeah, tie, yeah. Let's just put on ties. Look, I've noticed this divot growing here. The light reflects, and it makes it look like there's a cavity. All right, so Tim says we've got... See, Tim, we got rid of everything. We cleaned house. Davis is here. We burned it all. That's what we do. There's no advertisements.
Yeah, just leave it blank. You don't need any of that crap.
It's all good. It's all good. We can center it if that makes people more comfortable.
People are here for us.
That's right.
Like,
this is Chuck. Where is Tim? Okay, I've poured myself a drink and ready to get this thing started. There you go, Arcana Creation. Dude, it is hot in here. It's this sunlight that I've got blaring on us all day. There. Oh, wait, I don't think we can do that. I think it creates feedback.
Can y'all hear that?
Hey, Hey, Douglas. Last laugh is Douglas. Hey, Douglas, can you hear that feedback? How's it going, OJ? OJ Flynn? Not OJ. I will switch over to me. I'm Tim too. There you go. Okay, good. I turned the fan on. Sometimes it gives us feedback. Tim says it sounds like we're in a wind tunnel or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he says it because the mic will pick it up. And I got this fancy mic that Chuck got me. I've dropped it too. And busted it. And look, I had...
You busted it first thing?
Yeah, I had to rewire it.
That was my job.
But look, why did I bust it? Because I've got all of this weight on this side of the table, and then I spun the microwave this way, or whatever it is, and it all fell over.
You need to go back to physics.
Yeah, clearly I did not take enough physics. How's it going, McKee? All right. Tim says, I cannot. I assume that you're talking about the wind tunnel that we are in. It just barely picks it up. Sounds good. All right, good deal. It'll be a relaxing background noise.
Dude, I think this hat's crooked.
That is Pete's head, actually.
I don't think so.
His head outgrew it.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
That was my hat. Yeah, you can have it.
Wait, you said it was Pete's.
I know, when I say that's my hat, he goes, "It's my hat." so where it go to the farm? When he goes to the farm next, he goes, "That's my hat."
Wait, his head actually outgrew it?
Oh yeah, Pete's got a big head.
Like a planet. What's that movie?
So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Yeah. I can't remember that point.
Yes, head. What is it?
Head, yeah.
Move! You're in front of the TV! Or whatever. Your head's got its own planet.
So we need Todd in here.
Oh, yeah, Todd will remember all that stuff without a doubt. How's it going, Commander Pete? Well, I woke up for a pee anyway. Commander Pete is in Belgium. So
speaking of Belgium. All right,
here we go.
We have a company meeting.
And
Belgium is on top of the list at the bottom. But here's the deal with so this has come up several times. It came up yesterday that getting CNC books, or actually getting any books ordered from the United States to Europe it's not
expensive.
It's expensive, but I think I got a sneaky way around it.
Belgium does exist, by the way.
I've been to Belgium. Yes, I know that it exists. I was out of money and begging on the street in Belgium once. So, yes. And, by the way, a beggar in Belgium actually gave me money. An actual beggar in Belgium gave me money because I looked so pathetic. So that I could get a train back to Germany, back to where I was staying. Otherwise...
Weren't you in Augsburg?
Yeah, in Augsburg. I got up there and ran out of money. I didn't realize how expensive Belgium could be.
Or how poor he was at the time.
I don't like to say that. I do remember when
E4 though, weren't you? E4, E3? E4?
E4. Yes, now I remember when I got off the train in, I can't remember where I got off. Let's see, it was Denmark. Then we went down to Belgium, and I showed up in Belgium with $20 in my hand, and I had 7 days. $20 in 7 days does not go a long way. This is 1994,
And
so
doesn't
it
go
went a
a long way
little
then
bit
either.
further, but didn't go a long way. So what did I do?
Beggar's beggar.
Yeah, no. So what I was like, well, I said something to myself that I won't repeat here, but I took $15 and went and got a pizza and a beer. Because I had to fill up before
You
I
didn't even
started.
spend it wisely.
No, I didn't even spend it wisely. And then I had $5 on the other 7 days. Anyway, it was a fun trip, but hard on me.
But to point.
Oh yeah, to point. So the idea is, I have an eBay account.
Hey, half of your head's cut off. There you go.
Okay, so I have this eBay account, and I sold some books to a guy in Australia a few months ago.
Oh yeah, no, not Australia.
And it was a whole pile of books. Now, regularly shipping to Australia is $75 for those books, right? Well, he ordered through my eBay account, or I put them up on my eBay account rather than doing it through the regular postal service. And eBay has this cool thing whereby the books all get shipped to Nashville, and then from Nashville they're distributed worldwide on the same postal service that the Americans use. The
U.S. Post Office.
yeah, but what's the book rate?
A media rate.
Media rate. They're sent overseas American media rate. So I got all the books to Australia for $10.99.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put the books up on my eBay site.
And we can direct.
And we can direct anyone from overseas, anyone in Europe especially, Australia, New Zealand. I want to do a test run first, just to see what happens.
Well, so, it stands to reason. We actually do so much shipping that a company called Global Post that works with Stamps.com, they gave us a discount. It's roughly 20% for anything overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're charging, say, $79 to ship something to Belgium, but we're only paying here like $54. So we're starting to give people refunds constantly when we catch it. And that's because of the bulk. And we ship that. We got one right out there now. It gets packaged, goes to Indiana or Illinois, and then I guess onto a freight forwarder and then on. So that's probably what eBay's doing.
Yeah, because I know they're going to a freight forwarder, but I think the freight forwarder is based in Nashville, which is unusual, but
everything's going into the South.
Yeah, everything.
It's cheap.
Even Boeing is coming to the South.
Is it really? Oh, South Carolina, isn't it?
Yeah, they're moving to South Carolina.
Yeah, it's cheap. Labor's cheap. Everything's cheap down here.
Yeah.
So
and it's hot. The South is hot.
It's very hot.
It's really hot, and it's humid too. It's wet. It's really wet.
Let me tell you,
every day.
We're 3 days into cold, and I texted my wife yesterday. I said, "All right, I'm ready for summer. I'm gonna hate the cold."
It's so humid down here. I hung some sheets out to dry 3 days ago in the morning, and they're still wet. I can't.
It gets humid. All right, so Commander Pete said he's the one in Belgium. One major risk of having too much to drink in Belgium is that it is entirely possible to wake up in the next morning in an entirely different country. Yeah, that could be a problem. That could be a real problem for Davis.
Yeah. In fact, in a few hours' time, you could go like 4 or 5 different countries.
That's true. So Willie's from Canada. He says, "Love me some Belgium." Bruges? Is that how you say that?
Bruges, yeah. I think
Bruges
so.
is one of my favorite places. Grape egg.
That's where that movie was filmed too. With what's his name?
Bob.
Yeah.
Rick Grimes. The only one I know.
It's like the gangsters and I can't remember.
Colin
Farrell. Colin.
Oh, didn't he play? No, it was Johnny Depp
It's that
played.
Irish actor who's really handsome.
Colin Farrell. Yeah,
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He plays a gangster who killed a kid during his thing. He went to Bruges, and they were going to kill him in Bruges.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I don't know what the hell it's called.
That's a good movie. Yeah, that was.
I love Colin Farrell. He's great on screen. The laughs are almost exactly the same. Oh yeah, we sound just alike. We shared a room for 10 years, 12 years or some shit. So I guess that's that.
And then when I was homeless,
Commander Pete's going to order his books from Australia now. I wouldn't do that, Commander Pete. Hey, Geek Preacher, how's it going?
The Low Countries, yes, the Low Countries are pretty awesome.
Yes.
They're really excellent people.
Yeah, we need to fix all of that, Tim. We also need to look at an eBay store. I mean, if there's a way we could direct, if that's true, and we could actually just direct.
I'd like to do a few test runs first.
Overseas customers.
Yeah, and then I can set up an eBay store,
great.
a TLG of the eBay store, and just I'll run it and whatever.
Yeah, so Arcana uses a freight forwarder to get stuff to Montreal, but with pandemic, I can't have to pick up my stuff in the border. Oh, yeah, it's a crazy pandemic. Hey, thank you for the subscription, Geek Preacher. Yeah, no, it's the overseas shipping is absolutely nuts. And we've when we started this mess in 2000, you could actually do what was called the U.S. Post Office gave what is that parcel? They gave international parcel. So it might be 6 weeks before you got it, but it was really only a few dollars more than international or national parcel. But that all went away about a decade ago, and now it's just about every 6 months we get postage rates and raising. And which is interesting on Kickstarters. It's one reason we've quit charging shipping on Kickstarters in the front end, because if a year later the post office has raised their rates 10 or 15%, we don't ever go back and ask for money from the customer, so we get hammered again. It's just, the whole shipping is a mess. Just a giant mess.
Yeah.
How's it going, Vic, Sunder?
Yeah, so that'd be nice if we could actually figure out how to get to Europe for $10 or $15 any orders, because I know that's a big.
That's huge. I can tell you right now, we probably used to do.
And egregious too, especially since we've been friends for like 50 years now.
Yeah, no kidding. What is that? Especially Canada, for God's sake. Jesus
Christ,
it's Canada. Canada, the United States have been hanging out since there was a little dust up back in the 1700s, but
yeah, but they kicked our ass.
They ran us out of Montreal, the Battle of Montreal. Yeah, I think so.
Battle of Montreal.
Damn you Canadians. Yeah, I don't know, none of that shit. No, but here's the weirdest thing.
The only two countries that beat us, wait, are Canada and Vietnam.
There you go. So here's the weirdest thing. So now this has been a few years since I saw this, but when Gary was still alive, I would send stuff up to Gary. I remember mailing stuff to Gary the same day that I mailed stuff to an artist of ours that was working in Grozny, Poland, but something Poland, I can't remember, whatever town in Poland. The guy in Poland would get his stuff before Gary did. I shit you not, it was crazy. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know how
your own Montreal screwdriver. There you go. Yeah. Ah, they're good days. Anyways, yeah, we're constantly battling shipping. If we could do anything to eBay, whatever, I don't care. We've lost 80% overseas. It's beautiful. It's beautiful town.
Toronto's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. But we've probably lost 80% of our overseas customers because of shipping.
Well, I don't blame $75.
And it's crazy. And then in places like Denmark.
Like $45 a book.
Now, Commander, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if this is all over the European Union or not, but I know in Denmark they charge the VAT too. So they'll pay $60 for books, $75 for shipping, and $60 for the VAT tax. When it got
$60?
It was crazy. We got 2 or 3 emails from customers in Denmark, and they were just like, and we couldn't do anything. I mean, I did. It's crazy.
Wait, how does the value-added tax work? If you order something from the United States?
I have no idea. I ain't that crazy. I don't like taxes. So I'm not a big fan of taxes. So, I get it. We need to do some taxes. I get it.
No, we don't.
Hell no! Yeah, Arcana, it's crazy. I don't know. It's almost impossible to follow that. Can't those overseas customers buy PDFs online? Well, that's what they do. Funny you should say that. That's Derek Lander. So they do. What we have seen in the Kickstarters is an explosion and requests for the all digital levels. And if you go to like the last 5 Kickstarters that we've done, there's these all digital levels we do at the very end, and they really explode because we wait till everything's right. What we know is going to be in the Kickstarter because it's the last couple days. Stretch rewards unlocked, blah blah. We set up that digital rewards, and we get a flood of them, and it's mostly overseas customers getting stuff in. Now we've looked at the whole print on demand where we send the files to England, but the quality is not great. Yeah, I'll get hit with an import fee plus VAT equivalent to sales tax is 20% here. So
that's from Belgium?
That's from Belgium, okay. Yeah. So is the VAT the same across the European Union, or has each country still got its own VAT?
Okay, I'll say. Import fees plus VAT equivalent to sales tax?
It's a lot, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that could turn into that. Yeah, that could turn into a hefty bill on one book.
Yeah, it's huge, and we mark them appropriately so they're gifts. But
well, we can also.
We don't ever actually sell anything to you. We just send people stuff.
Gifts.
And they.
Speaking of which, my second idea.
Each country has its own rate. All right.
What?
Tell Elisa I said hello. Each country has its own rate, is what Commander Pete said. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Often around 20%. Crazy stuff. It's crazy. I sent a present to a friend in Australia, and they ended up having to pay VAT there as well. Yeah, it's crazy. I think America's one of the few countries that doesn't have VAT. I don't know if Canada does. They are called samples. Thank you, Arcana. Yes, we send many samples overseas. Sell the digital file, give the physical product. There you go.
Actually, no. If you're in Europe, you donate to our company, and then eventually you will receive free samples. There's nothing to do.
Richard, is that, or wait, McKee, is that you? I don't know internet names. So I'm pretty sure this is the guy that, he's worked for the Defense Department for a long time, and he's part of that F-35 show. The creation of the F-35, which,
Wait. What's the new plane coming out? The F-60 or the 6FD or whatever? The new 6th generation?
It's XX something.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, what is it? Is it?
They give it a...
Yes, okay. It is. So, see, he had to deal with the VATs and all the F-35 parts because the plane kept breaking down. How's it going, Rich?
You know, I figured the Air Force had something up its sleeve. When we started selling bazillions of F-35s to Taiwan, Japan,
everybody.
and everything, I figured 6th generation is rolling out already. They just haven't told us yet.
Yeah, it's called the XX, isn't it?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Does anyone out there know what the next generation of our thing is called? Our thing? Our jet.
Yeah, our jet.
It's called.
Anyway.
I read an article. I think it's called
I read
XX.
Okay, I can't. I thought it was F-60 or
FXX. That can't be right. FXX. That can't be right.
Isn't it? F-X.
There's no way. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you need to pull up the Facebook page too, because there was another comment. We're talking about Europe.
Hold on. Let me.
Because we got this is how we do company meetings right
That's
here.
right. Yeah.
This is a company meeting. You guys are in the middle of it.
Okay. Wait. US 6. This is how we talk about the Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to be talking about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, Kickstarter should make slaughters.
Oh, Russia developed one yesterday too, apparently.
Stupid Russia.
Oh, and so did China.
So it's the F/AXX. That's what. What the hell? That can't be.
That's sort of a stupid name.
Is that it there? That's gonna be
Yeah,
now it's gonna be a video.
There it is. It looks neat.
I don't know what this thing is. It's called the FAXX. I think that's what it's called. FAXX. They are
the facts
X in the demonstrator.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. Did you hear what Rich said? It's an X in the demonstrator phase. So it's not been deployed, and then it'll be given its number F-36.
Not been deployed.
Yeah. I assume XX would be given a number of response. There you go. There you go. Go type XXX into Google. Let me check that out, Vic Danger. Hey, you know, I was doing some research about a year ago on Thor for the whatever book, and I typed in Odin and Thor. I don't do that. It was some entertaining pictures that popped up in my feed. I was quite...
What's the rule?
Just about anything you type into the internet is going to come up porn. That's almost definitely it. I got to get it up. Dr. Pepper.
All right, so this is the company meeting. We're having a company meeting right now.
We're going to do it live on Twitch.
We're doing a live company meeting right now.
Yeah.
And the idea behind the company meeting was to go over... What are we doing? Kickstarter.
Yes.
We got a Kickstarter coming up, but...
We look around like it's here in the office.
Yeah, no, it's like, I need an idea.
Yeah. TLG XXX, there you go. Yeah, let's not do that either, Bloodwild. I'll throw up all my blockers.
So anyway, I had this great... Oh, pull up Facebook, because typically I show up for a company meeting.
Yes.
Without notes.
Yes.
And with no idea what's going on.
Yes.
Well, I actually put...
All these things are very true.
Yes. I actually put
where would you put that?
I put it on the group page.
The discussion or the...
Yeah, all my points that I want to bring up during the company meeting. That way I actually have a list somewhere. There, you go back up. There it is.
Oh, so I was looking for that picture you posted of our kids' conversation.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. All right, so... Oh, yeah. Didn't know what was going on. All right, so number 6 on my thing. A GoFundMe program. Did you read these?
No, I
See,
never.
you didn't even read my notes.
I never even saw this.
So we're having a company meeting. So I made 11 points that I want to bring up in the company meeting. And none of them have anything to do with the
Kickstarter?
The Kickstarter.
We got planes. What are you talking about planes?
No. Let's just skip all that crap. Let's go to this one. All right, we're on to
Planescapes.
Europe.
Got it.
Yeah. We're on to Europe now.
Yeah,
okay.
I know what I was thinking.
So this is what I want to do. All right. So.
Okay, so you guys can't see this. I'm gonna read it to you. So number 1 is Planescapes. No, okay. First off, he didn't give this list to anybody in the company. Number one, went to the Facebook page. 1 is Planescapes. 1 is the game he's working on, an RPG he's been working on for a while called Pillage. Badass game there. In Zaya, his world setting, Wall of Ethram. Now this is something Davis cooked up the other day. He wants to take and air the Wall of Ethram and expand that to this massive dungeon. That's cool. Christmas module. That's been on the docket. We've been talking about this. And then number 6. This is it. A GoFundMe program to buy a house in the Apennines for any CNC fans to go to for a week, free of charge. That's badass.
I think it's a badass idea. All right, so
can we collectively buy a house, everybody, that we all get to use?
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. Now listen, okay, so the house itself is $1. Okay, you buy the title to the house for $1.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
No, the house is actually $1.
What's not $1?
Okay. However, okay. And this is why we need a GoFundMe, because when you buy the house, you're contractually obligated to repair it. All right, so, and I didn't know that at first, because you see all the ads on the internet, buy a house for $1 in Italy. So I went and actually looked it up. Yes, you actually can buy a house for $1 in Italy, up in the Apennines, up in the mountains usually, in the small villages that are being abandoned and falling down. There's nothing to do, and there's no businesses, and everyone's starving to death.
Sounds like a nice place to be.
No, actually,
be quiet.
Yeah. No, actually, it is, because actually these are really old villages.
Italy hurt.
Yeah, these are really old villages. Some of them are freaking beautiful, but the houses, because no one lives up anymore, there's no jobs or whatever, no one lives up there anymore.
Yeah.
They want people to move back, so they're selling houses for free to repair the houses to keep the villages up. So it's a way of just like revitalizing the smaller towns, which is nice. But you have to repair it.
Okay, I'm afraid that Davis is getting dangerously close to a commune here. But go ahead.
So my idea is, okay, so the repairs can cost anywhere between, I was looking at the repair bills for some, $150,000 to $250,000.
It's hefty.
So it's a hefty repair bill to get them back in.
But now wait a minute, that's assuming that you're going to put electric and plumbing in. What if you just left it out? It's got to be pretty cheap.
I mean,
PLG Enclave Italia. That's it. That's what we're doing.
That's it.
CNC goes to Italy.
And then,
actually, it's not a bad idea at all. I don't know about the buying the house. I don't know. That's an interesting concept.
I think it's an actually, because we could be doing, not only could we do, so we could do this really cool thing, which I've always actually wanted, like, in my mind to be able to do. Like, we could buy a house.
What was in it? $25, $150,000. He's out. He liked the first part of your plan.
Right. So we get this house, right? And we set it. We don't own it. It's not like TLG's property. We make it like sort of a. I mean, we'd run it.
National Troller's European Vacation. There you go.
And then we just say anyone who. But see, here would be the problem. So we raise $250,000 or whatever, get it repaired, get it fixed up, nice. Everyone can go there, and then we like everyone who can get to Italy gets to stay in that house for free.
So long as they bring toilet paper.
You have to bring toilet paper.
Leave some toilet paper.
And no bed bugs. Oh my God, no bed bugs. And then you can just stay there for free. But we've done
to corrupt officials. Damn it, Big Danger! You brought the government in. It is a cult.
Well, I did when I was in northern Italy, I was on the train and I was traveling with this Italian guy, right? And as we were driving by, I was like, "Wow, this is real pretty," but I started to notice after a while, yeah, but you have to repair it. Can you put that up?
Yeah, he did. Commander Pete just put. Everybody should click on that link that Commander Pete just put up. That's
how this works. So what I'm thinking,
I think that's what Omuk's talking about. He would be more than happy to donate $1 if he could live in that.
Well, see, now something like this, so it gets better.
Toilet paper and Dr. Pepper. Yes, Dr. Pepper.
So we do,
on-site dice blessings. Go ahead.
We help revitalize an Italian town.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who gets to Europe has a place to stay for free for 5 days. Say we'll put a limit on or something. We just organize the time schedules and stuff like that, and we'd have to figure out who and whatever. But then we could do it like village to village. I think it'd be cool. Just like,
I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
And they have castles like this too in England as well. Scotland, Ireland.
Peter's always dropping stuff in my Skype feed. England's always got castles for sale. $5,000, $25,000 or something crazy.
Oh yeah,
crap.
no, it's ridiculous. You just have to repair them, and that's where the big deal comes in.
I love how Davis just keeps saying the word free. I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of ongoing costs even after we fix it up. What is that from a Princess Bride? You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think
It's
it means.
free. I mean, you can see it for free for $500.
There you go. That's how most of those things work.
For a mere $500, you can have this Coke for free.
I don't think you know what the word means.
Anyway, that was my big breakthrough idea, and we could do it all over the world. In fact, every week we could come up with a new place. Zanzibar, in fact.
It's gotta be cheap there.
Yeah, Zanzibar's pretty inexpensive, and they actually let Americans visit.
Oh, really? Well, there you go. They're the last country that
It's one of 10 countries that allow Americans visit now.
we become anathema
I
everywhere.
think Serbia lets us. It's like Serbia, Zanzibar, Cambodia, and
Iran.
And Mexico gave up. It was like, look, we're staying in.
I think they closed the borders quick.
They closed the borders quick, and then they're like, forget it.
Yeah, I love Mexico.
Yeah.
No, Stephen would have it imported. Yes, we would import Dr. Pepper without a doubt.
And
You
ice.
can. Oh yeah, they don't like ice on their thing. We have to get an ice maker. Just get an ice maker. That's what we're doing.
I don't know. I think that was my brilliant breakthrough. That's it.
It's an interesting concept. Actually, we've talked about doing a troll con for years and years, sort of like that. Not necessarily in Europe, but here in Arkansas, where people come in and con in a castle in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, they just did. Some company did like 2 or 3 of them. Some of my buddies went out to them. Stefan from Dwarven Forge went out. Satine Phoenix went out. There's a few people went out to those conventions out. Of course, everything's shut down with COVID, so whatever. Elisa Faye is raiding. Huzzah! So a raid is when someone has their channel and their show's over, and they send their folks into our channel. So that's very cool. Thank you for that, Elisa. And Elisa, just to refresh your memory, she drew the map for Gaxmore.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let me. So she gifted the trolls this.
So all we're doing, for those who are new here, all we're doing is asking for $250,000.
So Davis can go.
And for $500, you get this for free.
So Davis can go to Italy.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a way to go to Italy. I need to organize this.
So look at this shit, crazy man.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So this is the map she did for Gaxmore. Elisa Faden, people. This thing is insanely beautiful. Yeah, it's trolling. She sent it to all of us, but this is at the printers now. We're printing for the.
Wow, this is a nice sized map there, dude.
Oh yeah. Noble Dwarf did this. Same company that did this. The same company that will be involved with the Kickstarter. I don't know how to fold this stuff here.
Well, don't fold it.
All right, roll it.
Here, I'll roll from this end.
I'll let you do it. I'll just stand it. Anyways, Elisa, thank you for the raid.
Wow, this is a beautiful map.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, Noble Dwarf did this. And they're going to be doing canvas prints for us for the Kickstarter that we're working on now that will launch on Monday. Not in an Italian village. Yes. Hey, Paul Johns is digging in the couch for his for some change to get to get this thing going. The tables must be bigger in Arkansas. A little bit. Oh yeah, shit. We're doing a raffle. I forgot. So we're raffling off $50 in the store. I think is that now? Tim, Chuck, somebody. Raffle in 8 minutes. They were giving us instructions over here. We weren't following them.
Oh.
So we're doing the raffle. Type in !raffle and you should be good. And the machine will pick a winner, and it's for $50. All very cool. It won't help Davis get closer to his Italian vista or whatever.
All right, I'm doing the GoFundMe.
Now wait a minute. Listen. Wait. So we got to round this out. So a good friend of ours is Aldo Giazzi from Impressions Advertising.
And he's from Italy.
He's from Italy. His dad's from Italy.
Dad's from Italy.
His dad immigrated in the 1930s, and Aldo, great guy. Impressions now with Flat River.
1930s?
Yeah, like 30s. No, it'll be 1940s. 40s or 50s. Yeah, you're right. Born in the 1930s. Well, he's from, Aldo's dad is from Italy, and about 5 years ago, Aldo went to visit his village. Mm-hmm. And it's exactly what you're talking about. It's a village of like 80 houses, and there's 6 or 7 people living there. Most of the houses are abandoned. I don't know if they're selling anything, but they were so super excited to see Aldo and his family show up. It's really cool.
No,
and
I
it's
think
really
that
on
would be
top of
awesome.
it.
And see, I've traveled through, not the upper northern, but the southern down to Amalfi, and then over Lemurge, I think is what it calls, down to Brindisium, where, who's the slave guy?
Spartacus.
Spartacus, where he
The slave guy. Spartacus.
Yeah, not the slave guy. What did he do in Brundisium?
Well, did he do anything in... Well,
No,
probably.
that's where the last battle was?
Brundisium's on the other side, right?
Yeah.
It's on the eastern side of Italy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Von Down
I don't know if he got that far, because he went down, back up, and down, back up, and died. He went all the way to the top of Italy at one point. He just wandered around Italy burning shit.
I think he was drunk.
He was just looking for booze. That's really all
I have no idea what it was. I thought, anyway, so I got
He was looking for booze, and all these people were following him.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you guys doing? I just want to drink.
Next thing you know,
I am Spartacus. Yeah. They killed Brutus.
Yeah, Brundisium's sort of scary. But
I've only been to Udine, in the very top of Italy, up next to Austria.
Italy's beautiful.
Let me tell you, I was there for a day and a night and a day. A friend of mine, Francesco, and we visited his parents and blah, blah, blah. Everyone is so nice.
Oh, yeah.
The Italians
I
are
will
so
say
happy.
Italians are really, really nice.
Yeah.
Outside of the city, but every city
I gotta
do
tell
well
you,
in
I have
cities.
never been anywhere in Europe where anyone's been rude to me except once. I tramped all over, Western Europe. There was an Englishman that was rude to me, and he had every right to be. It was 7:45 in the morning. I was literally standing at the kiosk where everybody was buying their bus tickets, or not bus, the subway, whatever it's called. The tube? Is that what they call it over there? Whatever the English.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I'm standing there and I'm trying to buy a map of London, and I'm counting out pennies and stuff, or whatever the hell their currency, the mark. No, not the mark. That's Germany. What is it? Pound. The pound. I'm counting out, and this dude next to me in a coat and a briefcase, he grabbed my hand and he went. It was so funny, and he paid for my shit that I got out of there. It was hilarious. So even he wasn't really rude. I was being rude, blocking the traffic like an idiot.
I only had one person rude to me, sort of. I don't know if it's rude or not. He just tried to kill me. But that was it. I don't know. It was like, if that's rude. I mean, he was swinging his cane at me.
Was he purposely trying to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. What, did you piss him off? Or?
I was riding my bike.
What? There's more to this story.
Where may be. But we won't go there.
Where were you riding? I've only been to Rome. It was like Saigon, but replaced all the mopeds with tiny cars.
Oh, you have
I've never been one scared to cross the. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't like tiny cars at all, Rich. Not at all. Actually, it's one of the few triggers that I have. If I see a tiny car, it makes me angry. It's very strange.
That's right. I'd forgotten. I got in a taxi in Nice. I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life.
What? Oh, he's driving?
Yeah, he's driving, and so they have the trolleys, right, or the trains coming through town. He didn't care.
He's just going.
It's like he was like see him coming, he just like race right between them or right in front of him, and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
I don't know. They were when I was in Udine, everybody was so happy and friendly.
No, the only time was that one guy.
So there was a Kickstarter, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
All right, so yes, we're talking about a Kickstarter.
All right, so yes.
Ages of Adventure.
Grape is getting us back on message, which is good. So, yeah, there you go, Arcana. Okay, so we're doing a Kickstarter. We're launching it on Monday, October 12th, probably at around 10 in the morning. That's when we've got it set. We may have to shift that or something. It's not a touch screen. Oh. It's over here poking my screen. It's not a touch screen. Anyways, and this is going to be a big one. It's going to have the Player's Handbook 8th printing in it. It's going to have
it's called Roads to Adventure.
Roads to Adventure is what it's called. It's got the Adventure Spellbook. This is going to gather all the freaking spells from every source that we can find. And I'm going to finish up all of the rune lore spells, which is about 8 more schools I have to write up. So it'll have all the spells from the Player's Handbook.
Wait.
The Adventure Spellbook is the second.
Wait. Mm-hmm. But the Player's Handbook.
Player's Handbook, 8th printing.
Okay.
I talk about that the least. It's like the cornerstone of everything we do. So the Player's Handbook 8th printing is going to be in there with all new art.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Okay, all new art. I haven't decided yet, Davis, and I'll figure this out tonight or tomorrow, whether we're going to do, this new piece will definitely be on the alternate cover, but I don't know if the whole Kickstarter, the whole print run will be this cover. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. You've seen the cover. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's on the poll. It's all over the crazy place. But anyway, so it'll have the Player's Handbook 8th printing. It'll have the Adventure Spellbook. We'll finish out the rune mark spells. And it'll have, we're going to take, and this is a really thing I'm really excited about. We're going to take the book character classes and the book, expanding classes. Now, character classes is a quick guide for all the player classes in Castles and Crusades. Expanding classes takes all of the classes from the player's handbook and puts them in the whatever binary, I don't know, multi-class, all the options for multi-classes of them combining, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. Combining them into multi-classes and class and a half. Now, the new expanding classes we're going to take, and the book's already done, Mark finished it for us, the Adventurer's Backpack classes and the classes from the player's handbook, and give you all the options for multi-classing and class and a half. That'll be one big book. So
we're going to have a class book.
A class book, yes.
Okay, guys. It has all the classes. Do you have any classes from the
Keep talking.
Eric book?
Yes. Actually, I don't know. If they're not in the present one, it will have.
Okay, so we're going to do all the players' handbook classes, all the adventure backpack classes, all the Eric book. I think the Eric book needs to go in there too.
Agreed.
And do we have any in any of the things?
Okay, so I just want to point this out, and this is fantastic. This is what it's like working controller games.
Class and a half.
Davis and I talked about this Kickstarter about a month ago, and this was his idea. This was not my idea, it was his.
I had no idea what I
He's just forgotten about it. So this is character classes. And this has got, I don't think it's got the aired classes in it, though, dude. I think you're right.
No, I don't think.
So this has all the classes from the Adventurer's Backpack, Player's Handbook, and Hallowed Oracle. And this book that he's holding, here, hold it up real quick so they can see the cover. Expanding classes allows you to do all the multi-classing and class and a half. These two books will be combined together, and then we will have all of the options for the classes from the Player's Handbook and the Adventurer's Backpack all bound together, so that you can do all of that stuff.
This has a lot of a chart.
Lots of charts. Mark Sandy loves charts.
But it has all the classes combined with all the neat little information on it.
Yep, it's good stuff. That Arcana, I got to talk to.
Wait. We have a shaman class?
I got to talk to Casey on the Haunted Highlands, but I'm sure Casey would be more than happy to let those classes in.
Wait.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, look at this. I've never heard of that
okay,
before.
stop.
Okay.
Okay, so what Mark has done here is he's made class names, like a horse master is going to have all of this crap.
Oh, I see.
So Mark Sandy wrote expanding classes and expanding classes, the expanding classes, and Mark loves charts, tables, and all the crunch.
And he's really good at that type of stuff. He's really, really good.
Yeah, Mark's fantastic at it. So Arcana, we're going to check into that, the classes from the Haunted Highlands, and we'll see where those lands. A Ninja Gnome class, no Ninja Gnomes. The Assassin is going to be booted to the back of the book. It's going into an appendix. I'm done with that class. I hate the class. I can't take it anymore. It's going to stay in the player's handbook. It's going to the back.
What else is going to be in the appendix?
Just the Assassin. It's out.
Appendix A, classes we hate.
That's what we're going to call it, classes we hate. Can't say anything. Elisa says, available in a dragon faux leather, I assume. Sure. Yeah, we'll do something with
how about raccoon?
These combined books, the Adventure Spell book and these two idiots, will be in a soft cover to start with, and we're hoping one of the stretch goals gets the Adventure Spell book into a hardcover. That's what we're angling for. But if not, it'll be just soft cover.
Okay, so wait, is that all? This is all going to be in the character book? Or
Yes, we don't have a title for it yet. We're going to call it Expanding Character Classes. How's that? I don't know what the title is.
Wait.
Maybe Character Classes Expanding. I have no idea what we're going to title this, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Good to see something expanding in these difficult times that isn't just waste lines. Yeah. Good to see something expanding in these difficult times that isn't just waste lines. Yeah, we're all eating a little too much. Gotta get expanded the same or similar to the Assassin when he was planning AD&D 2E. See, Martin, that just made my day. I'm thinking like Gary, that's good.
What?
The Assassin, Gary was going to punt the Assassin to the back of the AD&D.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, he didn't like the class.
It's an okay class. It doesn't go... My games, it never fits, and it doesn't fit the heroic ideal of let's go, whatever. I know you have the same problem with the gnome.
Yes, the gnome needs to be booted to an appendix.
It doesn't fit the heroic ideal that really we should be striving for. should have an assassin listed in the contents, and for that page, have it faux scorched. A scratch. That's a great idea, Grendel. Just kill it. There you go, big danger. Even more character classes. Yeah, we'll name it something, God knows what. But what we'll do to upset and irritate Tim is in the Kickstarter, we're going to name it something, and then we'll rename it later. So when Tim is doing all of the data and backer kit, he won't know what the hell he's working with. The redacted assassin. There you go.
All right, so
then we can black it all out.
No wait. Okay, so and we're launching it sometime soon.
We're launching it on Monday, the 12th of October.
That's in 3 days.
That's 5 days or some such. Now listen, I do want to throw this out there for all of you guys. If you could, go to our landing page and give us a follow. This will give you, I'm going to post this here. This will give you early bird warning when we launch, and we're going to have some stuff for early backers in there.
Like the option to donate to my GoFundMe to buy me a castle in Europe.
Yeah, there you go. I see, it's literally the first class my girlfriend gravitated to and gave me a nervous tick. Yeah, if your girlfriend's playing an assassin, you probably, you might want to have a talk with her. You could rename the book a pledge level. There you go. You get to pick the name. I think that one.
Ooh, that's a badass idea.
Gnome assassin stretch goal. You know, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Rich. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davis has hated gnomes forever.
I
kind of have a problem with gnomes too. I rewrote them a little bit in the World of Aird, but I can't get the garden gnome thing.
Yeah, the garden gnome is stuck in my head.
It's just there. So. It's lodged. Like, it's bad.
That, even dwarves.
Well,
I always look at what's the Disney princess story?
Snow White.
Snow White. I just look at the seven. Every time someone says play dwarf, I just like sneezy or something like that. That's what I do.
But see, I got a different take, and this is you may not remember this. So when we were kids, when we were little bitty, Davis bought stuff, comic books, and I read his stuff. I didn't really do it. So whatever he was reading, I was reading. I eventually broke off and started reading Tarzan.
Tarzan.
I left you behind and I evolved. Anyways, so I remember he gave me, I've still got it. It's in there. It's falling apart. But he gave me an illustrated copy. We were at Granny's. I remember reading it in front of that air conditioner in the window, blue. Yeah. So he gave me this illustrated copy of The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah.
It's buried, dude. It's buried in the trunk. Absolutely beautiful book. And I sat down. It had anything to do. We're at my grandmother's, and I sat down and read it. And so Thorin Oakenshield leaps off of those pages.
Right, yeah.
And then at the end of it, he dies, of course, and I'm 8 or 10 or whatever I was. So it really hit me. Yeah. So that's my thing with dwarves. I didn't know what Snow White was or any of that bullshit. Wow. So I love dwarves, and I almost guarantee you it comes from that book.
Oh yeah, no, Thorne's put it really well in there. But see, I think my first introduction to dwarves was probably Snow White.
Well, that's not a good one. It's not a good. That's all right. Whatever. Snow White's a cool story, but the hippie druids. Yeah, we're not doing any hippie druids. So we've rewritten druids a long time ago, and this was again Mark Sandy had this take that the druid, and I love this concept. Yeah, the druid.
This is more realistic, I think.
Very much so. The druid's not there to protect the forest and nature and the mountains and the rivers and animals.
Because believe me, nature doesn't need no protection.
It's quite dangerous. The druid is there to protect you from the violence of nature. I love the concept. So that's kind of how we portray druids in Castles and Crusades, and we'll continue to do so long as Davis and I are sitting here at the helm. Question, are you adding anything new to the Player's Handbook? Nope, nothing new. Player's Handbook, well, let me rephrase that. All new art. I've got Peter Bradley and Zoe DeVos doing all new art for it, so all the classes will have new art in the back, and it's going to have, we got to decide on the final cover issue, what's going to be on the cover of this book. We're definitely going to have this painting that Jason Walton did that you see on the poll and see on the landing page. That will definitely be there. We'll just have to determine. But content-wise, it's the same. The only rule I know we're changing is the aid to spell. I'm going to make the aid heal 1 to 2 hit points.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the spell was written for the way we play. We do a lot of role-playing stuff, and bleeding in my game is a huge thing. You can bleed out. So when you cast aid, it stops bleeding, but most gamers, I shouldn't say most, a lot of gamers don't do that, so the spell is utterly useless unless you do that, so we're going to go ahead and add in there a couple of points. It heals a couple of points. So after the company meeting, is there a follow-up meeting at the bar? Yeah, except COVID closed everything down, so, so who knows? Druid sacrifice children to gain spells. Yeah. That sounds kind of grim there, Zach. Though Davis liked it.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I've tried to introduce elements like that into a game. Now, let me tell you, they fail.
Well, I don't know. I usually die.
Most people don't want to take their game that far, so I sort of backed off on that years and years ago. Most people don't. Now, the few who do, I always like, maybe.
If you ever get a chance to sit in Davis's game, do so, but it's going to be brutal. I shouldn't say that. It's just the way a world would be that's filled with trolls and axes.
Generally, you have to bring your characters on a 3x5 card.
And you're going to die.
And you bring 3 of them.
You're just going to die. So, Commander Pete wants to know if you got your personal ethic from Hi-Ho. Hi-Ho, it's off to work we go. Snow White was what? Snow White was from Arnor. Yeah, there you go. Hey, I like that concept. Oh, good God. Did you hear? See, now Peter Bradley, he's our main artist guy. He loves sending stuff over that he knows is going to cause me to have a stroke. So, apparently, the Nimwits at Amazon, and I don't normally criticize other people's artistic endeavors. Listen, when you're trying to create something, whether it's writing or art or movies or TV, it's difficult. It is hard, and you got to do it against this wedge of all this, whatever. It's not harder than making a building, okay? Making a building's tougher. So that let's get that straight. But I'm going to criticize the folks over at Amazon. These Nimwits are making certain that I've only read this in one spot, so I don't know if it's true, but they are looking for people for the Lord of the Rings TV series that are willing to do nude and partial nude scenes.
In Lord of the Rings?
In Lord of the Rings, which means we're going to see naked people and sex in Lord of the Rings because it's Amazon. They're not as bad as Netflix. But that's a deal breaker for me. Yeah. I'm out. I'm out. Lord of the Rings is to reference my comment about The Hobbit just 10 minutes ago.
Weren't they going to do like the Unfinished Tales? That's what they were planning?
They're doing the Second Age, I think. Like the making of the rings. When Sauron's tricking...
From the Silmarillion.
Yeah. That's from the Silmarillion.
They're going to take the Silmarillion and turn it into a porno.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Naked elves. I don't know. You mean Nimwits in a good way? Yeah, Nimwits in a good way. I don't know. Bring back druids having to kill other druids to level up. There you go, Rich. That's some old school shit right there.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Oh, yeah, you have to kill the head druid to get up.
Yes, Kim, you are 100% wrong. I'm right. It's completely wrong. I get Game of Thrones. It's filled with that stuff. Hey, what was that? What's that shit from the, not your coffee? There was a series of books came out in the 70s, 80s. Gore.
Yeah.
I get it if you're doing a gore book, because it was all about...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even John Carter, they're all nude on John Carter.
Yeah, sure. But again, even John Carter's not filled with sex, though.
No.
The nudity's just because Mars is hot and this is whatever.
Right.
But there's nothing in Lord of the Rings that I can think of that there's a sexual overtone.
No.
It's love stories.
They're love stories.
That type of stuff. So, I'm out. I'm out with that. No Hobbit on dwarves.
What?
Hey, Grendel, I bet you if you type that into Google or Bing, something would come up. Hobbits on dwarves. Don't do that. Absolutely. I smell a job opportunity. Vic's all in. Vic's headed to New Zealand. I've done that when he drew it at a fight for Druid. Oh, yeah, M5. That's old school AD&D. For those of you who don't know, in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, the Druid, to gain his next level, had to slay whatever Druid was.
I thought it was at the upper
It's like above 10th or something like that. But
yeah, because there's a hierarchy of druids.
A ring race. Where have you been wearing that ring? All right. We need to just stop. We need to nip this in the bud right now. What has it got in its pockets? No, yeah, we need to just stop it. This could just...
All right, let's move on to the next subject.
Back to the Kickstarter at hand. That's great. That's fantastic. Anyways.
All right, so we're doing the reprint of the Player's Handbook.
Player's Handbook 8th printing, Adventure Spellbook, and the Character Classes book. What are you trying to go?
There.
You're looking for... Oh, there.
Yeah, there.
And then we're going to have some really cool stretch rewards. We know that a lot of you guys have already... Davis is done with his Kickstarter. We know a lot of you guys have already purchased the Player's Handbook, and you don't need your 19th copy, and that's wonderful. So what we're trying to put together.
What?
So
You don't need 19 colors.
yeah. So this same type of canvas that you see behind me that's made by Noble Dwarf. We're going to do a really nice print of this Jason Walton cover. We're going to do a T-shirt, and we're looking at other options. I don't want to really say much. You'll see it at the Kickstarter, where there's just a packet of, if you just want to get some merchandise for Castles and Crusades, then that's what you get.
And we maybe separate some of this out?
Sir?
Separate some of this out?
No. What are you talking about?
Like, you could separate out.
Well, with these, yeah, okay. Good question. He doesn't know what he asked, but he did ask a very good question. I know where he's going. Yes. So the Kickstarter, you don't have to just buy a package. There's going to be a pledge level for the Player's Handbook, a separate pledge level for the Adventurer's Backpack, and a separate.
Okay, yeah, there. That, okay.
Right, and then
yeah, so if you don't have any, you can get individual. You don't have to get the Player's Handbook as part of this thing.
Correct. There will be a merch level, there will be an Adventurer's Spellbook level, and then there will be a Player's Handbook level. Now, this book will not have its own level, but it'll be on add-ons. So that if you want, say, I got too many Player's Handbooks, I want to get just the Adventurer's Spellbook, but I want that class book, you can do it as an add-on.
So, like, we're selling this coffee cup for $500
to get Davis to Italy. Well, with the canvas print, will it just be the art, or will it have it has the logo? We haven't posted it yet, but it's got the.
We should sell one of those. How much are those?
What we're talking about? They're insanely expensive.
$500.
Of which, Elisa, thank you very much for that. That was crazy. I don't know, but probably I'm very close to that. But
donation of $1,000.
so, but no, we may do that in the bigger pledge level. We're looking at how to spread all that. So we're not going to have this logo on there. Okay, we're going to have. Oh yeah, that's the cover for the Planescape. Oh no, that's the cover for Monsters and Gods and Monsters of Air. You can pull it down. That's the original by Doug Kovacs.
Wait, do we have a Gods and Monsters of Air Dam?
No.
What happened to Doug?
He's working for Joe mostly. So Davis got tired of the Kickstarter, and we moved on to this piece. I was at damn it, I was at Game Hole, and Doug Kovacs was there, and he had this piece hanging on the wall. I instantly bought it. I fell in love with it instantly. We jibber-jabbered before I destroy it. We jibber-jabbered, and I bought it. It's a beautiful piece. He, of course, did the original.
He did the original hair.
Yes, and it's still on. Where's my stupid haircut? He did this. That was the first big painting we ever bought as a company. It's in the other room, actually, over that game table. But, so that will be the Gods and Monsters of Air. And Doug Kovacs, you know his art. He is the main artist for Dungeon Crawl Classics over at Goodman Games. The new artwork and updated PHB.
Goodman Games.
We love Goodman. The new artwork and updated PHB has excited my players to partake in another campaign. Huzzah! Yeah, and I think, I'm pretty sure we're going to do a matte cover on these things. Here's kind of what I'm thinking.
What's matte?
So matte is the way the old AD&D books were. They weren't glossy.
Those
Yeah. So we're gonna do two. We're gonna do the standard Player's Handbook with the knight on the front, and then we're gonna do an alternate cover that's got the matte finish. Now we may end up doing just the alternate cover with the matte finish. I don't know. We got it. I'll tell you what that conversation is about later. We don't want to bore all these people with it.
Oh sure, let's bore them.
We can bore them if you want.
No, because then I'll fall asleep again.
Because it has to do with distribution, marketing, and ISBN.
No, I don't want to have that conversation at all. All right. So I think we covered the Kickstarter.
So yes, we have. We're done with that. Moving on. So Imdolf has a question that Tom Tullis from Fat Dragon brought up. Will you honor the AD&D DMG with a similar art also? So
I don't know what that means.
So this cover, wherever the hell it went.
Oh!
You know what piece it plays homage to, right?
Yeah.
So what they're asking for is the Efreet from the DMG.
Sure, why not?
So what I'm thinking is we use this piece, the Player's Handbook piece, for 2 panels of screen, and the DMG, have Jason do a DMG homage to tribute the character screen. So we get that on both sides.
And we do it for a new DMG cover. Or CKG cover.
Yes, if we can. We got a CKG in the works. It's we've already done the Kickstarter on it. Oh. He doesn't pay attention a lot, but we did the Kickstarter on it. Really, he's just writing like a madman, so we don't bother Davis with this crap. And it's got Peter Bradley's cover on it. So, but yes, Imdolf. We're actually looking into that. That piece, I got to tell you, I
When did we do a CKG Kickstarter?
6 months ago.
Oh.
Something like that. 5 months
In
ago.
the past.
Yeah, Mac's about halfway through editing it, and I'm fixing to send this second round to DM Samuel, I think. A new art, amazing cover, matte finish. There's no way I'm not getting the new pH. BO, and most importantly, upgraded first aid spell. That's the most important thing of all of this. That's fantastic. Yeah, so it's going to be. The idea was, so Davis and I started this gaming back in the 70s, and Davis bought all of this stuff. If you look at Davis's collection, it's insane, and it's all mangled, but because he used the living crap out of it. So he started back in 77 or 76. I started in 76, 77, I don't know, about a year after he started. So he's got all of this stuff.
Oh, wait. Give me your purse.
So it really just became this nice concept. And Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games kind of knocked this into my head. It became this nice concept to do an homage, a tribute to all of the stuff that came before. And of course, we worked with Gary Gygax for years and years. Just all of it just seemed, okay, let's do this for the 8th printing. New art, new cover. And so I gave Jason this idea. Hey, I just want to do a tribute to this original demon, eyeball picking thing. And man, he knocked it out of the park. And as soon as I saw it, I sent it to Tullis over at Fat Dragon, and Tullis went nuts and immediately said exactly what you did, Mimdolf, that man, you got to do a DMG cover like this now. So we're going to do a nice homage to what came before, to the old school, whatever you want to call it, Gary Gygax's game. The matte cover will be part of that. The cover that we're putting on, all very, very cool. What's the ETA on the CKG for backer kit or general release? I backed out and now regret it. Martin, I am hoping that thing is out by Christmas. I talked to Mac yesterday. He's hammering away. He's about 60% through editing. It'll go from him to DM Samuel. He'll edit it. That'll get started tomorrow. And then it's the layout. We're going to change some of the pictures in there. But Peter will have that thing laid out in days, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm really hoping that thing goes to the printers in November and is out sometime around Christmas. That is my hope. 𝚃𝚘𝚘𝚕𝚔 gnomes. They want to know about the gnomes. Tell us it's nuts, but we love them, though we can't let them know. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Tom's he's just good people all the way around. And if you don't know who Fat Dragon Games is, go to Fat Dragon Games' website. Really, Tom is, I think, the most innovative publisher in the industry by a long stretch. He's been way ahead of the 8-ball on that 3D printing.
8-ball, he's bald.
He actually just Skyped me a little while ago. He's been cracking me. Let me see if he's on. He's on. God knows what Tom's doing. But anyway, he's working. I guarantee you that dude works all the time. Anyways, we love Tom to death. I'm back to PDF, but now I want the hardcover.
He's the only one up at 2 a.m. when I'm up. He'll respond to me right away.
Yeah, great. I think I'm super excited about CKG coming out. Now I'm really excited about the Player's Handbook. This cover's kind of rejazzed me, and the art that Peter and Zoe are doing. That piece that Peter did of that female fighter is fantastic. And that's one of the things we're doing different in the Player's Handbook. I'm ripping all of the art that's in the spell section out to free up a couple of 4 or 5 pages. That's going to be really like an encyclopedia of spells. And that's going to free up space to put, I want 2 pictures per class, male and female. So there'll be a male fighter, female fighter, male rogue, female rogue, all the way down, except for the assassin gets no pictures at all.
Just a black blob.
It's going to do that mark out thing that whoever mentioned earlier. Yeah, so, wait, what 3 words? Tom is a genius. Yeah, no one thought that. Yeah, so we're looking at a whole bunch of new art. Matte cover, new cover. Just super excited about the whole thing. And then this canvas stuff, t-shirts, the whole thing. Oh, we're doing another raffle apparently. Oh, yeah, we're doing that second $50 giveaway thing. So enter your raffle here. You shouldn't see the assassin anyway.
On this one, you get.
That's right. Did you see? Oh, you shouldn't see the assassin anyways. He should be hiding. He should be tucked away in the text somewhere. There you go. That's the way to do it. I can't. If people comment, I can't read these comments. It's too fast. I can't keep up with all that. Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a second.
All right, we're going to hit the next thing.
Oh my God.
What are we doing next? All right, so that was okay. So we had the most important meeting thing today was the house in Italy. So we need your feedback on the house in Italy. I think we can make that work, and I will go over there for 2 or 3 years just to ensure it happens, assuming that the money lands. Okay, so the next thing we have running games at GaryCon. I don't know if we're running any official games at GaryCon, but I found out the other day, now I did not know this, that there's a game, a board game, called The Thing, after the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell in it or whatever his name is. And who's going to be running that? Nathaniel's going to be running that. No, Eric Peterson's going to be running that. So we're going to have a game, an unofficial game of The Thing somewhere. I mean, it'll be official in that we'll actually play the game, but we're not going to run it in the, whatever that's called. And we're going to try to put together a few unofficial, just sort of grab bag games or something like that. Steve will be running his big game, which has 20 to 24, maybe 25 people in it. So if you want to get in on that, you should sign up early for that because it fills up really, really, really quick. And he saves 5 slots for VIPs, I do believe. Then where are we at? A con in a castle in Europe. I mean, come on. We can do that. I think we can pull that off. We just do another GoFundMe, rent a castle, and everyone just shows up. And there's no like fee to get into the convention or anything like that. We just like do a GoFundMe, rent a castle, and then we just show up at the castle and we just play games. I think that's a great idea. That way we don't have to kick it off into some big old corporation or something like that. Shh, gets going.
Right, get in here.
Kids always like, there's a bottom line we have to meet every time. And I'm like, no, it's a commune. It's a group of people getting together to play a game. So anyway, the idea is like we do another GoFundMe and rent a castle, and then just everyone shows up to the castle that week, and we just play games in that castle. I think that would be a really awesome idea.
Are you back on Italy again?
Nah, this is
the con and the castle thing. Yeah.
But then, so the running games at GaryCon, there's your big game. I don't think we have any other official games set. Jason's not running any official games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Shit, we got to get signed up for GaryCon. Actually, they're doing.
We're not signed up. We may not be going to GaryCon. Apparently.
Wait. I just talked to Luke. I just talked to Luke the other day. So I think they're trying to do a live GaryCon. But I don't know. And that's Chuck. This is Chuck's job. Chuck is supposed to tell me what to do and when to do it when it comes to conventions. I'm not sure if they're already taking.
Yes, they're already taking.
Oh shit! Then I need to get in there and get my mess in there. Any castle would be okay. Yeah, no kidding. Any castle anywhere.
There's one in northern Arkansas.
You know, I looked at that the other day to see if we could buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is just, Arkansas is a strange place. This Frenchman, who's an engineer architect, and he was in charge in France of all the castles. Upkeep, cleaning, blah, blah, blah. This is in the 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, I don't know. Well, he married, I think he married an American, I can't remember, but anyways, he came to the United States looking for somewhere to build a castle, settled in Arkansas, and his whole purpose was to create this kind of, not amusement park, that's not the right word, exhibit, I guess.
Right, a living exhibit.
A living exhibit where he's building a castle the way they built castles back in the 10th century.
Right, they have a few in Europe. I know there's at least one in France and one in England. They're living exhibits.
Okay, so they use the tools from the 10th century, blah, blah, blah. Well, he put it in Arkansas, and every time, I went there like twice, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I did a little reading on it. He's actually quite near Davis's farm, very near it, within like 20 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that. But that doesn't put you near anything. Yeah. So it is off of the beaten path. It's an hour to get to it from the highway. Well, yeah, maybe 45 minutes from the highway.
65?
Yeah, about 45 minutes to get there. There's no parking, no gas stations, nowhere to get snacks, no McDonald's, no food, no restaurants.
It's like the Middle Ages.
It's like the Middle Ages. So people would go.
And who really wants to live in? No one really wants to live
right.
in. We might talk about it, but no one really wants to go.
You don't really want to. So people would go, but it just didn't draw them back. It didn't get the crowds in from Branson and Harrison and Mountain Home or whatever. Yeah. So they went belly up, and it's sitting up there. 60%. You type in Castle in the Ozarks, you'll see it. It'll pop up. It's pretty cool. I'd love to buy it, and we moved TLG into it. we would have to finish.
We gotta go fund me 3.
We'd have to finish. we need to finish it with something.
Dude, no, GoFundMe 3.
Tim Mundy has a castle 2 blocks from his house. Damn you, Tim.
Who does?
Ozark Khan. There you go. I don't know. Timothy D989.
Do you need any company?
Can we get Tom Tullis a ring? He'll really need one if there's naked elves running around a new and improved Middle Earth. Yeah, new and improved trademark.
New and improved. Nude and improved.
Yeah, there you go, Athelstan.
All right, so anyway. Oh yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Bit pumpkin. Hey, can I get myself some free books? Sure. I'm not sure if I trust the things to tell me, sir. Yeah, don't ever go to Google. I never use Google. I hate Google. I use Bing. I don't know if there's any difference.
Oh, what's the one that?
There's someone else. Someone is always telling me to use. I never use Google. I hate Google. I despise Google.
What's the
Ravenwood
the
Castle in
Chinese
Ohio.
program?
There you do it.
The one the Chinese use, Weibo or something like that. I don't remember.
There's some new
That
thing.
way it goes straight to China and doesn't have to go through. We don't have to like pass it through Google or Facebook or anyone to get it to China.
That's Wilson. Bit Pumpkin is my son. There you go. I want my free books. You got to work for it, Wilson.
There's nothing free.
DuckDuckGo, that's the one. DuckDuckGo, that's what I need to start using.
DuckDuckGo, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I use Firefox a lot. I'm having trouble with Firefox constantly. I'm gonna have to. No, it's just not like that. Yeah, you did. I gotta get off of that. It's okay.
All right, so
Google's created by gnomes. Gnoogle. Noogle?
Google.
Like if it's just gnomes, it would be Noogle.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
No, it's not.
We buy it. We buy Noogle.
Oh, no, that is actually a great idea.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That is a fantastic
Hey,
idea.
Grindel, buy Noogle tonight. You've got a
That's it, man. That's your
property
million.
right
That's
there.
it.
You know, just buy it, own it, set it up as a website, and then sell it. And sell it
Wait,
for like $100,000.
Someone won. Who won?
Huh? I did. Probably your son.
Bastard. I use Brave. I'm not sure what that is. I have to check these out. You know, and really the reason I don't switch is because all my shit's on Firefox. And I have all those bookmarks for 20 years. Because before Firefox, it was Netscape. And I just went from Netscape to Firefox. Blah, blah, blah. Well, someone won. I don't know who won. Congratulations, whoever that was. I missed it.
You wanted
Oh,
Dr.
wait.
Pepper.
Almzod won. Congratulations on that. Tom can print it. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Congratulations.
Printable houses. Another GoFundMe.
Oh, they're already doing that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're ahead of y'all now.
I want to do printable cast. Go back to what are you doing?
I was just checking the landing page. There we go. So did you want to continue down?
Oh, okay, so since I'm bouncing around, we'll start at the top. Okay, so we're supposed to be having. Actually, we're supposed to be. Wait, did we go over this?
Yeah, that's Player's Handbook. Do you all have any more questions about the Player's Handbook Kickstarter that we're doing?
So it's got 3 books.
It's got 3 books. And the really new stuff that you're going to see
Spell book.
is the spell book. The Adventurer's spell book is going to have... So in the Adventurer's backpack, there's like 10 schools of runes. There's the Chaos runes, the Blood runes, the Bone runes, blah, 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 blah. I've only written 2 of them, the Blood runes and the Winter runes. So there's like 8 or 9 or whatever it is that still need to be written. Now, I've gone on to be published. I finished the Chaos, Shadow, and I'm working on the Entropy now. But all of those rune marks, for the rune mark class, all of those rune spells will be in the Adventurer's Spellbook. We're going to wrap that up, and we're going to finish that, and get that school of magic done. And of course, if you want to create more, that's great, but we'll have it wrapped up. It's like the Alfstrack thing. I'm getting a little bit, it's like the Gods and Monsters. So there's some news on Gods and Monsters. Davis sent over the last submission for that. The Giants, we're done. I've organized the files today. And as soon as Steve Egg is done editing of Horned Gods Winter, we're going to send him of Gods and Monsters and get that edited and done. I want that done, I want Abstract done, and I want this rune stuff done. Because it's sitting around too long.
Okay, Abstract. So that's number 8. Okay, so this is so we're done with the Kickstarter. It's going to be a real good Kickstarter. Pass along.
Wait, hold your Abstract things. So Arcana, we are working on a solution for the screens. So I hope that by Monday I will be able to say, yes, they are part of the Kickstarter, and I should know probably tomorrow or Friday at the latest.
I'm pushing for buying a 3D printer and 3D printing the screens so that they're solid, like rocks, like bricks that you stand up like castles.
You can do that with a mold injection machine.
Yeah, but I want a 3D printer.
Hey, I just tuned in. It looks like I missed all the news. We'll have to watch back later. Yeah, well, most of it's not news, Mr. Obadiah. Most of it's Davis talking about moving to Italy. But but it's in there somewhere.
All right. So anyway, now then. So I guess so. The idea was okay. You wanted to do a thing on stuff. So now, but what we had to go over. It's what is this? It's October.
Yes.
So we only got like a few months left in this year.
3D printer. Huh? Yeah. No, I'm just reading this.
So we have to go over next year's.
Yeah.
plans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was start of the meeting to figure out what. Because you sent me an email. What do you want to do next? We got Isaiah, blah 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 blah, and I was like, didn't respond at all because like, just leave me alone.
That's about how he responded to it.
Right now. So anyway, we're having a discussion about these are the things that I came up with for next year. Of course,
PH9. Hopefully it sells out.
PH9. We're gonna do in January 9, February 10.
Okay, so let me give you a quick skinny of what we're going to Green Lantern. We're going to try to jam those into the if we can. The problem with the screens is this. We used to hand make them here. To do so, we used this Lamy-free paper, and the Lamy-free paper was water resistant. You could get beer on it or Dr. Pepper or whatever, and the screen survived. That paper, to my knowledge, is no longer available. So we had to discontinue that line, and I've been searching a way to replace it. I have found one replacement. The price was, because we don't offshore manufacturing, we do everything here in the United States or Canada or Mexico, that the cost was just going to be too much. So we're revisiting it. Now, again, I talk about Tom Tullis a lot tonight, but Tom Tullis came up with the idea of actually taking... Of manufacturing them here with just label paper, which we can do, sending them to a local printer who has a UV coating machine and UV coating them. If this works, and I've got the email out to Vicki, she'll let me know. That's the lady I work with over at Horton's. If this works, then we're back in business. And we've got the screens manufactured here locally, blah, 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 blah. The other solution for the screens is to do... like the original AT&T ones were, and I think a lot of the early stuff, even early screens that we did that are just kind of card stock laminated together. Those are the two things that those are the two options. And I kind of got to get through the UV thing. I really like the heavy screens. They're labor intensive on our part, but they're worth it. So we're in that discussion right now, and I'll have that resolved by Friday, hopefully. I follow up with the Storyteller series like something akin to the Book of Extraordinary Names. We've actually had long talks with Jim Ward about doing a follow-up on the Storyteller series and what he wants to do and what he's already he's looking for a co-writer on it, I believe, but it's a Storyteller's mythological series, mythological book, so it's got all of the mythologies of the world kind of linked like his thesaurus and whatnot. Would be an absolutely fantastic book. I would absolutely like a book of names in there. I'm kind of holding off on anything in that direction to see how certain other things are resolved in certain other regions of our industry. That's as vague as I can get it. So that's always kind of a Book of Extraordinary Names. There you go. So, yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping to get these screens knocked down because I'm a huge fan of screens. I think you should be role-playing with screens. It should always be part of it. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. That would be awesome. Storytellers books. I love those Storytellers books, and Jim did a fantastic job on those things. Of course, I headed up the dictionary. Is TLG done producing mini digest-sized books? The last batch is printed turned out so awesome. You know, the only one that can make those books, I had to bring Mark in to do those. He's the only one that can make those books. He does those books so well. He's so careful and he's so patient. He may be moving to New Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
His folks are out there and they're getting a little older, so he's kind of thinking of heading that way. Which I told him if he does, I love New Mexico, so I'm going to go see him.
New Mexico's nice.
Oh, I love New Mexico. Absolutely love it. If I'm not sure, he told me it's a retirement community in the northern part of the state.
Oh, that's even nicer.
Mark does it. Yeah, Mark, let me tell you, the dude in the print shop he's fantastic.
Yeah, Mark's really good.
Oh, yeah, his attention to detail is amazing. His ability his patience, all of these things. And neither you nor I have any of that. Nope. So and now Todd's in there. Now, Mark comes in once in a while. So if we can get Mark to come in and make
He'll
those
do
digest.
it if we want.
He'd do it. If I call him, he'd do it.
He'll do it.
He loves it. He actually is part of this Kickstarter. He wrote this. This is Mark Sandy's book, is the Expanding Classes. He's already turned in the Expanding Classes that includes all the stuff from the Adventurers Backpack. So we love Mark. With the recent full color AA for 5e, any thoughts of doing a new Siege version of it? Oh yeah, it's on the docket. Sometime next year. So let's get into what we're doing next year. This is what.
Okay, so the big thing for next year is I don't know.
Okay, so
we'll start at planes.
Well, let me tell you, the Player's Handbook, and this is the text that I sent Davis the other day. The Player's Handbook selling out wrecked everything.
We threw everything off.
We had a schedule kind of laid out, and it just knocked everything for a loop.
Well, that and the COVID thing sort of blew my schedule up.
Well, the COVID wrecked your schedule, without a doubt. There's no doubt. It actually hasn't impacted me much because I haven't.
What's impacted me?
But it hammered your schedule, something fierce. So,
hammer my income, so I'm going to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, to go to Italy.
To go to Italy.
So, the first and biggest thing on my mind, mainly because I had about 14 conversations about it in the last 48 hours, is the Robert E. Howard art book. So we're going to do, just like the Edgar Rice Burroughs. Do you know those? Would you get one of those? They're on the top shelf to the left of the...
Oh, that's not even on that list.
No, it's not. So, we're doing a Robert E. Howard treatment, an art history book of all of Robert E. Howard's stuff. Pulps, comics. Yeah, it's okay. Bring them in here. We'll just be gentle with them. And Michael Tierney's writing this thing. We've already signed the contracts. Everything's good. He's already done with the introduction, which is about 30 pages long, 20 pages long. He's already halfway done with the pulps. He's tearing through this thing. So we're doing a Kickstarter. So this is the Edgar Rice Burroughs. This is volume...
3 volumes.
It's 4 volumes.
4 volumes.
So it's going to be a treatment of Robert E. Howard's material.
And it comes in plastic?
Of course, I open up to the comic books of naked women.
Plastic made in America?
Damn it. So it's just absolute. You can check it out online. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is.
This might be the most proud. I'm most proud of this of all of our creations.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of that Gary stuff's really good. At any rate, so Robert E. Howard is at top of the list. Look for a spring Kickstarter for that one.
Okay. Now that one, and
then the next big one, and this becomes, and I've talked about this a lot. This is a giant package and covers a number of things on your list. So we're going to do a Planescapes book. It's not going to be called that, but it's a Planescapes book. Math isn't Davis's forte. There you go. Thank you, Clever. I'm super proud. Super proud of those books. They're heavy print paper. It's just they're great books. So I'm super excited about Robert E. Howard. The cool thing about this for Davis and I. So when Davis is like 8 or something, he starts reading Conan novels, and he's a Robert E. Howard fan out the wazoo. I graduated from Jack London's Call of the Wild to Tarzan. So we did this huge treatment of Edgar Rice Burroughs, and now we're going to do a huge treatment of Robert E. Howard. So for Davis and I, it's like coming home with all of this stuff. It's very cool. So we're going to do the Planescapes book. This kicks off with the book that Davis just finished of Gods and Monsters. This is going to have a whole bunch of crap about how to play gods, how to interact with gods, healing, holy symbols, classes with gods, and then a bunch of pantheons. Orc, gnoll, bugbear, dwarf, elf, blah, 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 about 10 pantheons.
I think there's more than that.
You were about to say something.
I wanted to mention on this Gods and Monsters thing because it was my sort of pick point. The gods don't have stats, though. I want everyone to be aware that the gods don't have stats. The first portion of the book, just a few paragraphs, or no, a few pages.
It's about 20 pages.
20 pages, how to play a god, okay? We don't give them stats specifically because they're gods.
Yep.
Okay?
They do have
powers.
Well, they have a stat block that we call a stat block, but I want to read you what's in it for those of you who aren't familiar with our googly-goo. Okay, before I spill Dr. Pepper on it. So each god will come with his name, his or her name, or its name, order, province, plane, temple, alignment, sacrifices, holy days, superstition, preferred weapons, adage, ceremony, and granted abilities. But they will not have stats. There's not going to be hit points, there's going to be armor classes or any of that crap. 0 hit points, god, murder bait. Damn it! I found a loophole. They have no AC in it.
Right, no AC at all.
Stupid gods. So at any rate, that book kicks off the Planescapes series. Now the Planescapes, and by series I mean collection of books. It's going to be of Gods and Monsters, of Erd, Planescapes, which is going to cover all the planes, the ethereal, the astral,
it's going to
Gahana,
be, right. Okay, so here's the, so Kent, that's his name. And he's been pushing this Planescapes book for years, as has Jason Bay.
Yes.
And, both of them have. And I'm the one that's been putting the brakes on it. I mean, like, no, we're not ready for it. No, we don't have content for it. No, we don't have a theme for it or connecting threads for it. But now we do. So now I'm back. Now I'm back onto the Planescape. So the Planescape, in my imagination, and this is Steve and I talking about it right now, because I've never brought this up to him before. We're going to tie in. So you got your astral and all that goobly goop, right? The typical stuff.
Yeah. The planet Gahana, blah, blah, astral
Gahana and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do all that kind of stuff. But now we've got Amazing Adventures. Star Siege will be out this year.
He's done with it. We just got to put it on the schedule.
Okay, so we got Star Siege, we got Amazing Adventures, which is multi-genre, and we're going to ask Jason to break that up just a little bit so we have several genres. So what we're going to do is create sample planes.
Yes.
Okay? And these sample planes will be, like Erd is a plane, and Zaya will be a plane, and then we'll create, or have Jason
connected by
the rings of brass. Okay? Yes. So the rings of brass will connect all of the planes together. That's our connective tissue.
And in time.
Right. So, and then we'll have sample planes set up so that you can play whatever,
And so, should I give the big reveal here, what Erd is? Some people already know it. It's kind of tripped out. Because it ties into all of this stuff. So this ties into the Amazing Adventures reprint. This ties in. Jason Bay is deeply vested in this project, and so is Davis. So is I. World of Enzaya here, World of Erd here. Jason Bay with Amazing Adventures, space and time travel, and all that crap. So this just all works. Now,
now's the time.
So the nice thing that some people know, some people don't, but the world of Erd is actually Venus. So it's Venus a billion years ago, or whatever time frame you want to put on it. So what we're going to be able to do is you can play Amazing Adventures in 1970 or whatever year you want, New York, and you can travel to Venus, and you can find ruins that were created in the Codex of Erd.
Oh.
So we're tying the entire TLG universe together in this Planescapes project.
Right. Yeah, we're bringing everything together, and then we'll create little separate pocket planes that have
all over the place. Right. Yeah, and that'll cover in all of that stuff. Enzaya will be a part of that because you've already written far more than has been published. I mean, I think you told me you got another 75,000 words ready to go. So Enzaya will be expanded out. And then the big thing, the huge thing that's part of the whole shebang, and this falls on me, and I've talked to Jason about helping me because it's just too big, is Alfstrag. Because I've got another 16 levels to go, is that right, or something? And it's a lot, and it needs to be done. So we're going to have Alfstrag as this kind of pin. It's hell that you can find everywhere. The rings of brass take you all over the place. The Star Siege is there if you want to do the space travel. Amazing Adventures is there if you want to do this. It's all over the place. If you actually look at the world of Erd and you strip it off, you can see the continents are kind of where the land masses are on Venus. And what's even cooler is they found life on Venus the other day.
They did?
I think, didn't they? They found residue put out by bacteria.
Oh, right. Yeah,
they think that, and Jason immediately ripped in and started writing, this is Narhite, this is the remnants of the god of chaos, and it was fantastic, it was beautiful.
Now, little do you guys know, we actually know the real truth behind the universe. This is not fiction.
This is the way it is.
This is actually the way it is. You're looking at the resonance.
The chronomancer. Yeah, so this is the huge thing. This is one of the reasons I'm super excited about the Player's Handbook.
Man, I wish they would find life in Washington, D.C.
There you go. That's not going to happen. It's certainly not on the Capitol, whatever. But this is one of the reasons that the Player's Handbook popping up like it has irritated me a little bit because I'm supposed to be working on Planescapes right now. But we got the Player's Handbook. Obviously, is the cornerstone to everything that we do here. With the game side of stuff, and without it, we cannot be out of
Yeah, we can't be on a reflection.
No,
the game.
not-
We can't play the game.
Right, we absolutely cannot, especially coming up into Christmas. So, sweet, I have done E.R. Burroughs, Mars, and Venus in my fantasy settings in modern superhero setting. I love playing with elements like this, so have others. Yeah, what we're going to do, now this is one of the things that we're going to be very careful. Davis and I have talked about it, Jason and I have talked about it. We're going to make it, one, so that it's easy to do. One of the problems, I love the manual of the planes from the AD&D stuff, but I couldn't go there and immediately start playing.
Yeah, I couldn't use it. Yeah.
I had to plan a lot of shit, and
Yeah,
I don't.
That's all it work.
Right.
I like to do work.
We want everything done so that you can read something quick and be playing into it immediately. And we've got a couple ideas. We've written this stuff down so that we can kind of make this work well. Super excited about this entire next year, and this is all we're going to be working on, presumably. You and Zaya and Cleaver, and then me on the Planescapes, and Monster Gods and Monster of Air, and Jason on the Planescapes, Amazing Adventures, and Star Siege, and blah, 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 lots of stuff.
So we have 37 Kickstarters.
All of them really geared to buy a village in Italy.
Okay, so the Planescape's big. But that's going to be late in the year. That's a lot of work
It's a lot of work.
to pull the Planescape.
But it is what we do. If I can get our
Right, I just
schedule...
want to say it's not next week.
Yeah, it's not next week. If I can get our schedule cleared by the beginning of the year, we were supposed to be cleared by fourth quarter this year, then we all are working. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
The Planescapes. That's all we're doing. And me, Alster. Star Siege. That's the one. I keep forgetting that.
Yes. Yeah. So then we can pull so what I'll have to do, like with Jason, I'm going to ask Jason to do like a small pocket plane example for Star Siege, or however big you want it. I don't really care. And then, okay, so for me, like I'm supposed to be doing Pillage. That's number 2 on this list. Pillage is how you play in Enzaya.
Oh yeah, it's a role-playing game.
It's the
with the siege engine.
It's a siege engine, but just like Amazing Adventures at variants, Pillage is going to be the variant how you play in Enzaya. It's a lot.
You're going to die.
Yes, it's a lot. It's really brutal. But anyway, that's part of the new rules pack. So all these rules actually go with separate planes, but they're all compatible. It's not like you've been learning
Right.
again. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the whole siege engine. Everything stays siege. So we had 3 questions that I've seen. One was who would win in an arm wrestling match between me and you. Davis would win, hand down. Davis is much stronger than me. Next question is
Batter.
Yeah. While you're here, how's the NPC book kind of looking? That's on you, baby. Okay, so Davis has
Take a
turned.
bathroom break.
Davis has turned over a lot of files for the NPC book. Now that I've got the gods and monster stuff kind of organized, I'm going to get into that and see what we're missing.
NPCs, it's looking good. I think I'm 40 days behind schedule now. The COVID thing.
All of Davis's children came home from school.
Yeah, for 120 days they were with me.
Yeah, so it chewed up his writing schedule like nobody's tomorrow. But that's all. It's part of life. It's what it is. He's hammering away on it now, so we're hoping in 30 to 40 days it's done. On my end, I'm going to start getting what he's turned over a lot.
It was supposed to be turned in this week because that was the 1st of October was
something like
deadline.
yeah, something like that. But I'm going to get the files organized.
It's not that far behind.
And get it edited and it's not. Yeah, it was something like that. But get editing already working on it and get that into layout so we can start feeding that out to people.
What's turned out to be the most difficult is the Book of Names portion.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I thought that would be the easiest, so I was just like, I'll do that later. And then I started doing it, and I was like, oh my god.
You come to appreciate Gary Gygax's Book of Names.
I'm going to blow my brains out to do this.
So Kim George asks, how's it going, Kim, by the way, on Memorial Tomb? So I talked to Benoit yesterday. I've said this in a few of the updates, and I want to reiterate it. I like to reiterate this all the time. I know that this Kickstarter is very large, and I know that it's got a lot of stretch rewards. Right now, though, Tim's working on some of those. My primary focus on Memorial Tomb, that's the one that Ernie did with Benoit. we took it over management for him about it.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
Is to get the core of that Kickstarter out. And the core of that Kickstarter is the main book, the maps, the box, and those 2 supplements that Benoit's working on. I talked to him last night. We're both jazzed. He got fired up, started working on it today. He also has been hit by COVID, schools closed, all kinds of stuff going on up there, interrupted his writing schedule. So the whole thing, blah 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 blah. But so I'm really hoping, and I can't don't hold me to this. I'm hoping that we get that project, the core of that project, done by November. I'm already begun working on the box. I want to get the box made and finished, and I want to get that book into post-editing so that we can get the stuff in there, blah, 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 blah. We are being rated. I hope that answered your question, Kim. We're being rated by Lord Gazumba. So Lord Gazumba runs a World of Greyhawk. He's been running the same game for like 28 years.
Holy cow!
It's awesome. 8,000 sessions or some such craziness. He's the same age as we are. He's like 51, 52, something.
Okay, so he's been running since '92.
Yeah, and he's been gaming since the 70s or early. But he's just like
40 years.
40 years. There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
that's just like almost just.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, that's exactly.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm 55, 40 years. I started when I was 12 or 13.
So you started
so,
in like 75, 76.
Yeah, 75, I think it
76
was.
something.
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, absolutely. So they've been rating us. So thank you for all that. And I want everybody, if you could give us a quick follow, surely do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody showing up. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to go tonight. I don't really care. But please give us a follow. We very, very much appreciate it. Huge fans of Lord Gazumba. I was in his game. He did a Greyhawk Con this past weekend, and I sat in Gazumba's game. It was awesome.
Oh,
He had this giant table with miniatures. Luke was in there. Chuck was in there. It was just a lot of fun. Absolute lot of fun.
That would be cool.
I forgot. Chuck handles all this. I don't know what's going on. We were sponsors of the Greyhawk Con. So you know, great stuff. Absolutely great
We
stuff.
here at TLG.
We vaguely have an
We
idea
have a
what's
company
going on.
and we know maybe-
That's very cool. Absolutely, Lord Gazumba. Your channel is fantastic. Absolutely love it over there. Very cool stuff. But yeah, give us a follow if you could. We sure appreciate it. All good fun. So yeah, in next year we're looking at a giant Planescape stuff. If nothing derails us, Robert E. Howard Planescapes is going to be our primary focus. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think the hardest thing to do in all of that mess is going to be the Alstrag stuff.
Okay, yeah, so we got Alstrags of the dungeons.
It's so big.
It's I know.
It's just so
And I
big.
keep telling Kent just 500 words a day and you'll be done in 10 years.
Well, if I would just do 500 words a day, it would be good. But now we
Yeah, you wouldn't do
got
that.
Peter and I dove into level six, the 6th level, I think is where I am, and he drew a whole bunch of it, and then we immediately got derailed by something, and we have not been able, because I need Peter. So Peter's a great cartographer. He's really good at imagining stuff and all this other crap. I need Peter to draw it before I can write it. So what I do is I write up the outline of everything that's on the level, particular facets of it, rooms, areas, regions, neighborhoods, all of this stuff, and I send that to him, and then he pieces it together. And then I'll say, no, move this, move that. This needs to be bigger. This needs to be smaller. And then when he's done, then I go in and actually finish it out. So it's a very collaborative project with me and Peter. But he's so busy. He's got so much art to do. We have so many projects that we're working on around here. It's mind-numbing.
that's it. Okay, so we got the Planescape book coming out. Now, that's going to be late next year. Then we have Pillage, which I have to write up, which we'll do sometime mid-year. And this maybe we should have some fan feedback on right now. So I've been working on my Enzaya setting. Now, the Enzaya setting's been around for 10, 20, 35, 40 years. 35 to 40, 35, 37 years, I think I started on it. Anyway, so I've been writing.
I've had 10,000 characters die in seconds.
Yeah. But anyway, so I think the largest we put out is a 30,000 word thing and some modules for it. That's it.
Yeah, well, you've actually got big modules.
Yeah,
You've
they're
got
big modules. They're big adventures.
5 90-page books, 3 20-page books, and then the primer.
Yeah. So we're gonna the primer and okay, so we're expanding the primer. That's the initial run. So my initial idea on expanding the primer was do like a huge workup, like 250,000 words, huge workup, like World of
It
Bear,
needs
just
to be
pull
like
it down.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a huge workup.
It is.
And we could do that as a hardback. But then we came up with the idea of splitting it. I don't know.
No, we just got to work it out.
Okay, we got to work it out. So I think we were going to do a smaller one, like 125,000 words, more or less, and then later next year do a full workup. But I'm thinking now just do the full workup and skip the smaller one. But anyway, your feedback on that, splitting the two, and then we had so anyway, there's the Enzaya setting material, and that goes with the Pillage game and ties and helps tie the whole Planescape thing in together.
Yes, that's the huge. Yeah, it's all one big package. So someone asked about the boxes. Yes, so this is Alfstrag so far. It's these 3 box sets. This includes A0 through A12, and then A13 through A17 with maps and all that crap. And every 5 levels of Abstract will have its own box set. And what Davis is getting at 21. There's 21 and then the trenches.
So this is going to be like 7 boxes by the time it's all done. Now, someone asked the other day on the Facebook page if we had a... What's the thing? Well, they were asking for a thematic long campaign, and this is it, the A-series?
Yes, A-series. Yeah, I saw you answered that. The A-series is it.
But what's the sort of thing? I forgot.
Well, the theme is...
The
So the theme in the A-series, and this is kind of how it all builds. So in the first...
I wrote the first half of it.
Yeah, you were about up to A...
8.
10 is when I took over half of A10. I wrote A11 and 12. You did A0 through A10. So, I can't even figure out where my stupid camera is.
That's when Kent fired me.
So, in the shadow of Abstract is A0 through A5, and that takes you on this kind of very loosely combined adventures where you're looking for pieces of a horn.
Right. Okay, that was
the
it.
horn of opening.
Okay, yeah, right. Because you don't know at first what you're doing. You just find these things, and it's all loose, and there's
the
no...
one in Slag Heap's almost impossible to find. It's like a cesspit. It sounds crazy. But then you go to this set, which is A6 through A12, and then you kind of figure out what you're doing, which is taking you to Alfstrag. That's Alfstrag in the picture there. The horn of opening gets you in the gates, and then
So that's what you get in the first 12 modules. You put together the horn of opening, which opens the gates
to Alfstrag.
And
And then we've got the first 5 levels done, and then after that it's another 21 minus 5, whatever that happens to be, 16 levels. Did you say 4? So it's another. There you go. 16 levels, and then there's underneath Abstract is the trenches, which will probably be its own box set. That's just this kind of constantly moving, blah blah blah.
Yeah, like an adventure path. It's sort of like it's like an adventure.
Yeah,
path.
but Athelstan very loose. We leave. You can't really do level by level in these things. You got to put your own adventures in there. You got to build your own stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. It's really designed for 1,000 hours of play.
Yeah.
That you're just good. But I want to finish this. It bothers me quite a bit, and I say this very seriously. It bothers me that we've been selling the Dungeons of Abstract now for 2 years, and people cannot go to level 6.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. So this is really we're moving this stuff up. We're tying it into the Planescapes and to the Amazing Adventures reprint, which will be color. All of this stuff, we're tying it all together. The Enzea stuff, the Pillage stuff, we're tying it all together. So we're hoping in the next 12 months to 18 months, starting in January, we're able to really dive into all of these projects and open it up. Crazy stuff. Those box sets rock. I carry all of my CNC stuff in. That's good to hear. That's one reason that they're only about halfway full, but that's so that you can put all your notes in there, dice in there, pencils in there, all kinds of stuff. And the box sets are solid.
I wonder if we could make like just a box.
Now, also, just to recap what Davis was talking about Enzea earlier, we've talked about doing a box set of Enzea like this. So there'd be a hardcover book in here of his.
No, like think about what I would say.
Just a box for stuff.
Yeah,
we can do that.
For stuff.
This company is fantastic. They're out of Tennessee. They're great people to work with. Super fast. I just love them to death. Absolutely love them to death. Let's see.
We could do a player's box. Like the players, like it's a box and you can open it up. Dude, this one.
That's actually a really good idea.
And we could do it by class. A box for each class.
That's a great idea.
And then you just open. And then
Davis has lots of good ideas.
And then we just. I don't know how you open this.
No, you're an idiot. He's got lots of good ideas. He's just an idiot. So you kind of got to be careful when you first open it. But it's
okay. So yeah, you got. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so
when they're complete, you can Kickstarter a wooden chest collection of Alfstrag. Well, that's kind of what I'd like to do, Commander, is do an Alfstrag Kickstarter. And if it did well enough, I would basically unplug. I would turn the company over to Tim for a while, and I would just sit somewhere and write and finish all this stuff out. Day-to-day operations on TLG are surprisingly time-consuming, from marketing and supplies and all this other crap.
And
sleeping. It's just. I'm not sure.
Coffee.
I'm not sure if I'm asleep that much right now.
Okay, wait. Stop where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the idea.
Give me that.
See, this is how this works. Okay, so we have the box. It opens up like that. Blah blah. But I'm thinking opening up the other direction, right? So it stands up straight. We get a box made for each character class because we'll have 54 pictures, class pictures.
Do you know
So we
what's,
can't make 54 boxes.
do you know what's cool? See here. Okay, so here's an inside look at Troll Lord Games. So Davis has taken this idea, and he's created a new opening and new lids and things falling out and all kinds of stuff. I've got a template. I can make these all day long.
Anyway, so there, but it's each class gets their own little, and you can just
That's
carry
an interesting
your little
idea.
stuff. I mean, anyway, it's just a thought. Yeah. We'll move on to the next one.
No, I like it. Character classes, the whole thing. Oh, that's another thing. We're looking at a new character sheet for the 𝚃𝚘𝚕𝚔.
Oh yeah, you can even have individualized character sheets in there, and individualized
Yeah,
dice
okay.
and pencils, and
I wish I had money to spend. It'll all come around there. Real doogrum. It'll all come around.
don't spend your own money, spend someone else's.
Yeah, there you go. Just a plain CNC logoed box would be nice to use to store their modules. There you go. We can do all of these things. These I love these boxes.
Oh yeah, no,
I
that's
love
a
these.
great idea right there. Just this plain old CNC box.
I love these people. I
They
want
have-
to give them as much business as humanly possible.
It'd have to be a little bit bigger to fit the.
Funny you should say that. We have two sizes. We have two sizes of boxes: the standard one and the ones that hold hardback.
That's it. There you go.
So we do for you 5th edition fans out there. We've got a box set that comes with the Codex of Erd and all of the A series, actually A0 through A whatever, and then the second box comes with the Player's Guide to Erd for 5th edition and a bunch of other A series. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Where do you go for free stuff on the website that you have listed?
No idea. I always have to ask Jason or you. Jason knows everything right away.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Kim, what you're talking about. We've got a download page. Then there's Babunski would have to jump in on there and answer that one.
There's also
TLG Footlockers, that would be awesome. Players box, class.
Footlockers.
I love that idea. Green
Hey, you
Lantern,
can get that
second
guy
team.
in Boot Hill or whatever to make
Yeah, I love these boxes, Grendel. I should get one of those boxes. Have the adventures in PDF. I've been playing CNC stuff out of my white box for years, which means a lot of copying it. Yeah, it's a small.
Drive-through RPG has a few free things, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm not sure what. There's just stuff everywhere. Tim and I discovered that the other day. We have so many bundles, just that are built over time, and that we don't even know exist anymore because we thought we disabled them. And if someone will order them, I don't know how people find this stuff. It's crazy. You can add a small trap to the thief's box. Put a mouse trap in there. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome.
I like the old folders for players to keep stuff in. D&D 2nd Edition has player class boxes sorted back in the early 90s. Oh, I didn't know that. Did I miss anything? You're good.
We could put little Nerf guns in here and you can shoot each other.
There you
You
go.
can use them as shields.
Put someone's eye out. Oh, yeah, the hard cases like, pistol. That's interesting. During the tough time of isolation, we're trying to party my way through books, including the season plays book. Please go to, yes, sorry. Okay, I'm an idiot, Kim. I'm a complete moron. So we accidentally, and by we, I mean me, because Tim is always yelling at me about this, we pulled that off. Chuck, it's still available. You can still download the Player's Handbook, definitely, and the Monsters and Treasures for free.
Oh yeah, and if you know anybody, just send that link to them so they can get it for free. This whole lockdown thing send it to them for free. so that someone has something to do.
It's very touchy. So there's the Player's Handbook.
Especially parents who have their kids at home.
Yes.
It gives them the game to play, something to do. Take advantage of it. Tell everyone to take advantage of it.
I'm looking. Okay, there we go.
Because we have the Monsters and Treasures and the Player's Handbook. All you have to supply is dice and imagination.
Okay, there you go. That should get you, Kim. That should get you both of those books.
And
I'll get those back up on cookies. I'll get those back up on the website. I pulled those off. I'm constantly doing like an idiot. Grindelwolf's layer right in the cleric boxes comes with a whole little holy symbol. That's actually kind of
Do what?
The class boxes, the cleric one comes with a holy symbol.
Ooh, that would be
Advanced
cool.
Dungeons & Dragons player age portfolio. Fighter's box comes with the last will and testament. That would be mine for sure. I don't know. So we got a lot of stuff coming forward. Obviously, the Kickstarter is our primary focus at the moment. If you have not, please head over and give the landing. I'm trying to get this damn thing to work. Give the landing page a follow. That's coming on October 12th. Yep, that's what we're doing there. But that's funny. Would you quit? He keeps trying. What do you want to do? He keeps trying to touch screen my thing here, and it just doesn't work. I'm yelling at Babunski. I need a job. I'm full of ideas. There you go. Off-track dice. Hey, we got some interesting stuff we're exploring on dice these days. Super excited about that. It's a lot of work for Davis, so I'm more excited about that. But focus. NPC, Almanac, we want that done in the next 30 days. I want the CKG in the printers by late November. We're not going to sit on this player's handbook. The art's already being done. Once the Kickstarter closes, I want it going to the printers almost immediately. We've got...
Does that include the art from, or is it just Peter's art?
It's Peter's and Zoe's.
Okay, so it doesn't include what's it.
So now I got an idea that I can throw it out in front of everybody, but so we're going to do this Kickstarter, right? And it's going to have the player's handbook. If we do two...
Wait. So you're doing the player's handbook, and it's going to have 26 classes in it?
No. This guy. The player's handbook doesn't change. It's got 13 classes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. The 26 that you're thinking of comes from the Adventurer's Backpack.
Right.
So the player's handbook, if we do... So on at the last Kickstarter, we did 2 covers. You know that, right?
Yes.
We did the standard, that with... He has no idea. Do you have any idea?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So we did the standard and the alternate. So let's say we do that again.
Okay.
This is what I've been thinking today. Standard has all Peter Bradley art for the classes.
Okay.
The alternate, which will have this Jason Walton piece, has all Zoe Devos art in it.
Okay.
So 2 completely different art in both books. For the class section, and the back sections would be the same.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do a male and female of each.
We are. They both do a male and female of each.
He's always doing a male and female of each?
Yeah. She's already done the
my
Ranger.
God.
She's working on the Druid. The Druid looks badass.
Here, can you throw a picture up? No.
I can. If you talk for like 3 minutes, I can get it on. I didn't even make it 12 seconds.
Wow. Okay, so all right. Well, that clears up that because I thought we were. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. The guy from Argentina.
Finn.
Yes.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
Is that Finn?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's doing for the NPC Almanac, and his stuff I'm just using all over.
Oh, that's right. His
right.
is the NPC Almanac. Oh, that's right. NPC Almanac. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's
He turned that over.
His stuff.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. He
Is
turned
that Zoe's?
That's Zoe. This is her Druid male sketch. So I'm going to get this male sketch. It's going to drop in front of Davis and I.
It is really good.
Zoe is just astounding. Absolutely.
Yeah, you should throw up her website too.
She doesn't have one.
She doesn't have a website, so we're not going to throw it up. It would be nice if she had a website, but... Well,
Okay, so this is the sketch. So what Zoe does is she sketches these things, sends them over to me for approval. I make comments, adjustments, whatever. And this one I gave the thumbs up without any issues. So give me a moment to shrink this guy, if I can remember how to do that. So this is the male Druid. She hasn't sent over the female Druid yet. Damn it.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah, she outdid herself. It's absolutely beautiful. Stoked with that. That'll be the Druid in the class.
She did, in case y'all didn't see it last year, she did the cover for the Reaper module that we did.
The Assassin's box comes with nothing but a fake turd. There will be no Assassin's box. Assassin's box is empty except for a note saying "See Thief's box." There you go. It's just fantastic. Okay, so this is the art you'll see. This is the Druid that you will see popping up. Now, if we end up, and we can talk about this more, but if we end up doing 2 sets of arts, Zoe would have the alternate.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. That's kind of been in my head. I don't know why that's in my head. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay, we better put that up. See what people think about that, because that's 2 different books.
It is 2 different books, and we don't want anyone to feel pressure to buy 2 different books.
But that's
we really
a lot of art, dude. Because if you have both,
it's a ton of art. But I'll tell you
that's
what.
4 pictures each if you put it all in one book.
I'm tired of not having art when I need art.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I
For
know,
promotional
I know,
stuff
I
and all
know,
kinds of stuff.
100% behind
Right.
you on that.
And Peter's too busy. He's got 700 covers to do and layout and maps, and he just doesn't have time to do all of this stuff. And Zoe was working on it for me, and then you started turning in Of Gods and Monsters. I'm like, well, shit. So I gave Zoe the Gods and Monsters. She's done some fantastic pieces for Gods and Monsters.
Oh, see, I wanted to do insane stuff too.
Oh, yeah, no, she's good. She's really good. Let's see. I know I asked a couple months ago, but any update on it? Finn's very good.
Yeah.
Any update on a timeline for the release of the newest CKG? Still hoping? Yes, I am retro. I really want that thing to the printers by November. I'm going to light a fire under the editors. I've been talking to Mac all week about it. I want it done. I don't want it out. I don't want that book to be... I've got literally... There's about 9 left here. And once they're out, that is a major core part of the CNC line that cannot be out. And I'm extremely proud of the CKG. It's a very good book. And I recommend it. Everyone just check it out. It's a very good book, and I don't want it out of press. So I want that thing out by Christmas. Actually, that would be a great design idea contest, but put it out to the community on ideas for each individual box and the special item they contain. The winning idea gets a free box, and of course, I get a free box for one of each of the idea.
Sure.
Great. You're always ahead of the 8 ball. real talk crickets. That was you. Druid box would come with a starter little Venus flytrap. Oh, that'd be awesome. What were those little creepy little things we had as kids? You put them in the tank.
Oh, and they grew?
Yeah, they grew into like
Horseshoes?
Horseshoes.
Horsefish or something? Fish horse?
Yeah, like had a tail.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Half of you guys know what I'm talking about.
Sea monkeys. That's
Sea
it.
monkeys. That someone said it. Willie knew. The druid one can come with a package of sea monkeys. Man, what a crazy. The 70s were crazy, man. Just crazy. Okay, would love to stick around longer, but I'm out and running, getting kind of tired. Yeah, we got to start winding down at some point. I do want to throw out again, if you haven't, please give us a follow. We sure appreciate it. I will be back. I am here every Tuesday at 4 o'clock for this same type of conversations. And every Thursday, that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock, doing GM's Tricks of the Trade. We've got $100 paintings on Wednesday at 7, and Chuck runs his games on Saturdays. So we got lots of stuff here at the TLG Twitch channel. Give us a follow. We sure appreciate it.
And please, for God's sake, whoever was taking notes, recap us.
Yeah. We're not going to remember any of them.
Because you notice there's no paper, there's no writing, there's nothing written
It's all in my head, man. Yeah, whatever. The Paladin comes with a goody two-shoes. There you go. And good night, Arcanus. We'll see you later, man. So anyways, lots and lots of stuff going on. Primary focus at the moment is the Kickstarter. And to give you a 30-second recap of Kickstarters we got going on, so no one thinks for a moment that we're not working on all these things, because we always are. Davis is hammering away on the NPC Almanac. Gaxmore is at the printers. Starship Warden, Peter and I it's laid out, and Peter has been given a thumbs up to relay out certain sections, free up some space to get new art in there, so we're on that. Peter's already started on that. A Castle Keeper's Guide, deep into editing, hoping to have that out by Christmas. Monsters and Treasures have aired. I have not assigned a second editor to it, but that will happen by tomorrow, and all of those files will go to the editor. And the Indiegogo campaign that we did of Horned God's Winter went to the editor today. So that should be cleaned up. It's a very short run. That should be cleaned up pretty quick. They're going to be upset when you kill their horse. Wait, I missed what? I missed something, Rich. Oh, the Never-Ending Story campaign for kids. Right. Yeah. All right. So there you go. I think we're going to wind it down now. Have our late night Dr. Pepper watch a little X-Files. But please join us again tomorrow, GM's Tricks of the Trade, and next week again. And we're going to work to getting Davis up on this Twitch stream all the time. That's Noble Knight stuff. No, Noble Dwarf
Sons
stuff.
of Dragon. What is it?
I have no idea. He said this is a sample from Noble Dwarf. It's good stuff. They're the ones that made the stuff. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for the follows and subscriptions and all that stuff. We sure do appreciate it. We hope to see you again here on the Troll Twitch channel.
And we hope to see you in Italy next year.
Yes, and Omut has ponied up $1 for Davis's dream of an Italian village.
249,000 to go.
We're gonna be there soon. So, Ad Thurp's Greater Book of Material Ecology, Herbology, and Alchemy. That's the one. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great evening and a great weekend coming up. We'll talk to you all later.